systems for manager. Block 1, information technology for managers. Unit 1, information technology. In a very simple language, information technology means using computers. Let us understand it by an example. In banking, you see, when there were no computers, manual, you see, staff was working manually. Suppose you want to encash a check, you go to the counter, you give the check to the counter, you see, officer. He used to give you a token, then he used to post that check in the ledger. After that, that check used to go to the officer. From there, that check used to go to cash department, and from there you used to collect the payment. Now, what is the bookkeeping for this entry? Your account is debited and cash account is credited. In banks, they follow double entry, you see, bookkeeping system. Similarly, suppose you want to deposit cash, you will go to the cashier, you will give him cash. He will, you see, along with the paying slip, he will give counter file of the paying slip to you, in which it is mentioned that you have deposited, say, 1000 rupees in your account number mentioned there. Now, that voucher will go to the, you see, at the ledger, that officer will post that voucher in the ledger, he will credit your account. In the evening, that will be, you see, checked by the officer. Now, all these vouchers, debit vouchers and credit vouchers, they were written in the supplementary long book. It is also known as long book. On one side is, you see, credit, and on one side is debit. From all the long books, they used to make the cash book of the day. You see, total credits on one side, total debits, you see, on another side. From cash book, they used to post the general ledger. From general ledger, they used to prepare the balance sheet. This general ledger and cash book, general ledger and balance sheet, normally it was done on the next day. Suppose the transactions are over today, and then next day they used to prepare the cash book, they used to post the general ledger, they used to post the, they used to make the balance sheet. Now, but with the computerization, you see, the moment you deposit cash in your account, say 1000 rupees paying slip you have filled, you went to the cashier, you deposited 1000 rupees there. So, that 1000, you see, bank, what entry bank will pass? Bank will credit the cash, bank will credit your account and debit the cash account. The moment the cash department posts that entry in your account, you see, its effect is there up to the balance sheet of the bank. Once if it is posted, the effect takes place up to, you see, there. That is, you see, how this computerization has helped, you see, the banking. So, on the same day in the evening, they used to write the cash book, then they used to do the posting in the general ledger, and then they used to print the balance sheet of the day. So, tomorrow morning, before the, you see, day begins, before the business begins, you see, manager can see how much deposits we had, you see, yesterday, how much were our advances, whether our deposits are reducing or our, you see, advances are, you see, reducing, or anybody has, you see, repaid the loan, or anybody has withdrawn the, you see, amount from his, you see, accounts. So, bank used to follow those, you see, account holders. What is the problem? Are you angry with the bank? You see, why you are withdrawing the money. So, it is very easy to, you see, follow up with the customers if the things are computerized. Otherwise, in manually, when it was manually, it was very difficult. And balancing of books was a very, you see, big task in banks, balancing of books, you see, because all these saving ledgers, you see, in the end of the month, they used to do the jotting, you see, that jotting, total of that total savings should tally with the general ledger, you see, savings figure. There used to be many savings ledgers. So, each ledger they used to make the extract. So, they used to tally the figures with the extract. If there is any difference, they used to, you see, do the rechecking of everything. Suppose somebody, instead of 364, somebody has posted 346. You see, suppose somebody has done some mistake in finding out the balance in manual, and officer also, you see, that mistake is, you see, passed. So, then at the time of balancing, those type of mistakes were, you see, caught. But in computerization, such type of mistakes, you see, this will happen, of course, 364, 346 you have entered, then it will be corrected after some time. But this addition, subtraction, these type of mistakes are not possible at all. So, this is how this you see using of computers helps. This banking is one example, but in every field you will find you see it is helping us. Information technology involves the collection, storage, processing, dissemination and use of information beyond hardware and software. You see hardware, what do you mean by hardware? Your keyboard, you see your CPU. What is software? You see your say tally is a software. Similarly in banks, core banking solutions, that is a software. IT, information technology, encompasses the people who use it and the objectives they pursue, as well as the values you see guiding those choices and the criteria for evaluating the effectiveness of the technology. So in this particular slide they have defined you see information technology in a very simple language. I have already defined that use of computers, that is information technology, use of computers. Information technology involves the collection, storage, processing, dissemination and use of information beyond hardware and software. Information technology encompasses the people who use it and the objectives they pursue, as well as the values you see guiding those choices and the criteria for evaluating the effectiveness of the technology. The quest for computing solutions dates back to 800 before Christ with the use of the abacus, which remains in use today, mechanical devices with gears, and later developments such as you see diode, tubes, transistors and integrated circuits IC, we call integrated circuit IC, paved the way for modern you see computing technology has rapidly you see evolved, particularly since World War II. Next is transaction processing systems, TPS. A transaction processing system is used primarily for record keeping, which is required in any organization to conduct the business. Examples of TPS are sales order entry, you see, payroll and shipping records, etc. TPS is used for periodic report generation in a scheduled manner. Now long back we used to see, say suppose you want to buy Bata shoe, you see they used to print out your there used to be a machine with them. They used to you see give the customer printed you see printed bill, they used to invoice, printed invoice they used to give. They never used to make the invoice by hand with pen. They used to give, they had a you see machine in that the customer's name, you see that particular item which you have purchased, code number of that item, then price used to come automatically. If you have purchased 2-3 items, so all they will list there, and then in the end they will do total you see, and they used to give invoice like that. Now next is decision support system, we call it in short DSS. Decision support system serves the management of an organization. A decision support system has sophisticated data analysis tools which support and assist all aspects of problem specific decision making. DSS may use data from external sources such as current stock prices to enhance decision making. DSS is used when the problem is complex and the information needed to make the best decision is you see difficult to obtain, and use of DSS is developed with the help of decision makers. DSS helps in decision making process and does not make any decision. Now types of information systems. Executive information system, you see, An executive information system is also called executive support system. Senior managers of an organization use the executive information system. Therefore, it must be easy to use so that executives can use it without any, you see, assistance. Executive information system can do trend analysis. What do you mean by trend analysis? You see, say for example, the director of a company, he wants to see, you see, how our sales are going. So, he will see sales in January, February, March, April, like that. Every month he will see in which month, you see, sales were maximum, in which month sales were, you see, minimum. Maybe the product which they are manufacturing is seasonal, you see. So, like that, for senior officers, for executives, you see, they prepare some statements, you see, they are on the computer only. So, those executives just go through those statements and then they take decisions, you see, accordingly. The results are usually presented in a graphical form, you see. The juniors, you know, with the help of computers, they present the data to the executives in the graphical, you see, form. Tailored to executive information, you see, needs. Whatever executives wants, which type of information they want. Like tailor made means, you see, tailor is taking your measurement and he is stitching the clothes, you see, accordingly. If you buy ready made, you will find, you see, from somewhere it is loose, you see, and tailor made means he will, you see, stitch the cloth according to your body size. Similarly, those junior officers, they present the data to the executives with the help of computers in the graph form, the data which is needed by the, you see, executives. Say for example, let us take the example of, you see, banks only. In banks there are various types of loans, you see. Now for example, they want to see that, you see, how much are our retail loans. So juniors, you know, they can get it from the computer. The total retail banks of the bank are so much, you see, so many crores. Similarly, there are, you see, priority sector. Priority sector means the sectors which were neglected earlier before nationalization. Say retail trade, small business, professional, self-employed, education loans, pre-shipment, post-shipment credit, agriculture, direct, indirect, imports. So, all these sectors were neglected before nationalization of banks. That is why banks were nationalized, you see, by the Indira Gandhi Prime Minister, during Indira Gandhi's regime, because she wanted that poor people should take benefit of, you see, banks. Prior to 1969, only rich people, they were owning the banks, only they used to entertain rich people only. So, now in banking, they will present all sort of, they can present all sort of data to the executives to, you see, whatever they require, priority sector advances to, you see, big clients. Suppose they want to, they want that which are our, you see, depositors who are having crores of rupees in the bank. So, suppose they want to conduct a meeting of depositors, you see, they want to, you see, call them for lunch or for any, you see, say high tea, and they want to tell them some new scheme, any new scheme is launched by the bank. So, by computer only it is possible. Manually it was very, you see, difficult. So, EIS has online analysis tools and they assess a broad range of internal and external data. Management information system, you see, we studied EIS, executive information system. Now second is management information system, MIS. MIS provides the management routine summary of basic operations of the organization. The basic operations are recorded by the TPS of the organization, and MIS consolidates the data on sales, production, etc. MIS provides routine information to managers and decision makers. The main objective behind installing an MIS in the organization is to increase operational efficiency. MIS may support marketing, production, finance, etc. Now, marketing also has become a very important department in any organization. Next is workflow system. A workflow system is a rule based on management system that directs, coordinates and monitors execution of an interrelated set of tasks arranged to form a business process. A workflow system is also known as a document image management system. For example, a workflow system is used by banks for loan sanction process. Now, how they do it? Suppose they received car loan application. Now customers are also given a choice to apply for the bank loan on computer, fill the application on computer. Now after receiving the application, the bank processes that application, and on the side by side they will find out the civil report. Whether civil report means the customer should not be a defaulter of any other bank. Say suppose he has taken credit cards of 2-3 banks, he is not repaying, so his name will come in that civil. It is a government department, all banks to report about the borrowers there, and they they are having the data for each borrower. So accordingly they give the marks. If the marks are high, this means the customer is very honest, highly integrated, and there is no harm in giving him the loan. If the marks are low, this means he is not repaying his liabilities, or he is not eligible for this new loan. Existing loans, existing loans which he has taken, he is repaying them. So if we will sanction him additional loan, he will not be in a position to service his EMI. So civil report, and then as per bank rules, they scrutinize the application, and if the person is eligible, they sanction there only, and customer is intimated that your loan has been sanctioned. And now this documentation can also be done, and after getting the documentation, bank is disbursing the loan. Say for example, personal loan, somebody is needing a personal loan, very fast, banks are doing very fast. This is one way. Another way is you give the application, they will process it, and there also they will feed the data in computer, and computer will do the workings. Previously they used to prepare the proposal, and this proposal used to be sanctioned by the executive. Now that proposal is under computerization, computer takes care of everything, and it goes to the officer who is sanctioning the loan. He will see on the computer, and then and there only he will give his decision, sanctioned or rejected. So workflow system, a workflow system is a rule based on management system that directs, coordinates and monitors execution of an interrelated set of tasks arranged to form a business process. A workflow system is also known as a document image management system. For example, a workflow system is used by banks for loan sanction process. An applicant fills out an electronic application form for a bank loan at a bank's website. The application is then uploaded to the bank loan officer site. From there it goes to officer site. The loan officer conducts an interview and fills in his feedback and passes the application form to the credit check unit. The credit check the credit unit checks the credit limit and fills in the details. The application is now complete and a final decision is, you see, made. How fast it is, you see, how fast it is. Next is enterprise resource planning, you see, ERP. Enterprise resource planning, ERP system is a set of integrated programs capable of managing a company's vital business operation for an entire multi-site global organization. This facilitates organizations to share and integrate data for consistent flow of information over the organizations, you see, network, and also using the internet as the organization may decide. Next is expert systems. The system has the ability to make suggestions and act like an expert in a particular field. An expert system has an extensive, you see, knowledge base. Now, business applications of information technology. Information technology impacts business by improving cost performance ratios. Labor costs rise, but computing cost do not, making information technology a cost effective solution for routine tasks. Key business applications include finance and accounting, you see. Information technology aids in revenue forecasting, fund management, investment analysis and audits. Now, revenue forecasting, you see, it is having the data of the past 3-4 years. So, accordingly, you see, it can forecast revenue. It depends on sales, you see. If sales are increasing, naturally profit will also, you see, increase. And then fund management, you see, who are, say for example, this is August, who are going to pay us in September, to whom we have to pay in September. So, how it is to be, you see, done. If suppose payment from one party will, you see, come, then you see, we will make the payment to another party to whom we have promised that on such and such date we will pay. So, management of funds means, you see, naturally in good big companies, they employ a fund manager. His duty is only to see from where, you see, funds are outstanding. He will follow them up, follow them with them, and similarly where the company has to pay the money, he will pay the money to those, you see, people. And then investment analysis also, you see, many times, you see, companies, they invest also money where they get, you see, good revenue, good interest they invest. And audits, you see, if all the things are as per the rules and regulations. Suppose in banks, you see, why they do audit, say for example, branch managers, you see, powers for giving a overdraft is just say 5 lakhs. So, they see that he has not exceeded his powers, you see. And then similarly, you see, all loan sanctioning, you see, the things are under his, you see, powers. And then NPAs, you see, branch has account has become a non-performing asset, though branch has declared that as NPA or not. If branch has not declared, so branch should, you see, declare. There are various types of audit in banks. You see, one is concurrent audit. Every time, you see, whatever work is done today, auditor will see it tomorrow, you see. That is regular audit. This is full time, you see, from the audit firm, that one staff member sits, you see, daily, comes to the bank daily and do the audit. Then there is, you see, internal audit. You see, every bank is having an internal audit department. So, they will, you see, one by one they will, you see, cover all the branches. Big branches they cover, you see, and of course small branches also they do audit, and there they only see that everything is as per the rules of the bank. Any department where work is outstanding, where work why things are outstanding, Suppose you see some disease cases are there, so bank should pay the money to the legal heirs. If they have completed all the formalities, bank should pay in time. Nothing should be kept in, you see, nothing should be kept in pending. Similarly, reconciliation department, entries are reconciled or not, you see. All these things they, you see. And then you see there is internal audit, then there is, you see, this balance sheet. You see, auditors, they check the balance sheet, you see, of 31st March every year. They will see of branches, and then similarly head office will compile the balance sheet of all the branches, and then they get it, you see, audited. And audited results, after the results are audited, then they are printed in the newspaper, balance sheet of the bank, you see. Each bank in nowadays is having about approximately 5,000, you see, branches. So there is concurrent audit, then there is, you see, this internal audit which is done by the bank itself, accounting in audit department. Then external audit is this your chartered accountant company. They checks the balance sheet every year of all the branches, and they sign on that, you see. They do the audit whether the branch has correctly identified NPAs, you see. If any account is NPA and branch has not categorized, if the branch will categorize that, branch will have to make provision for that. Na? So it becomes substandard, doubtful, loss asset. Loss asset, branch makes 100% provision. So if any such thing branch has not done it properly, then they, you see, do it. They revise the balance sheet, you see. They correct the balance sheet. And then there are some types of audit. Reserve Bank, Central Bank also does the audit of the banks. They also do the audit, that is Reserve Bank audit. Then sometimes you see this pension, suppose bank is also doing government business, lot of government business. So those government department, they are also checking whether, see, pension department is doing well, everything is, you see, doing well. Now we come on the next slide, that is, you see, sales and marketing. You see, it has become a very important department in now these days, you see. For example, you see, banks are making the products for the customers as they, you see, require. For example, near the branch there is a petrol pump whose sale 24 hours, it is open 24 hours. In the, you see, night, many trucks, they have diesel and all that, and lot of, you see, sale is there. So bank can give them facility that we will collect the cash from your, you see, petrol pump. In the morning, bank's van will come take. In the evening also at 4 o'clock, before the closure of the bank can collect. So these sort of, you see, they are, because, you see, if they will do these sort of facilities, they will be in a position to, you see, increase sales. Number of accounts, they can have more number of accounts, you see, they can sell them, you see, various products of the bank. And banks are now selling third party products also, mutual fund, insurance business. Then bank have entered into insurance business, mutual fund business. If bank is not having their own, you see, companies of mutual fund and insurance, they sell the products of other companies. Similarly, gold coins, banks are, you see, selling. So sales, bank wants, you see, more and more current account, and, you see, saving bank account should be there in every branch, because they have to pay in saving bank account just 2 to 3% interest, and in current account bank is not paying any interest at all, and same funds they are giving as a loan, you see, they are charging money. So manufacturing, you see, manages customer orders, inventory production schedules, and product quality. Technologies like, you see, computer aided design, you see, CAD, and computer integrated manufacturing, CIM, have revolutionized this sector. So business applications of information technology are, you see, sales and marketing, then manufacturing. Under sales and marketing, we see use for developing new services, new products, location analysis, and advertising strategies. See. Then manufacturing, you see, manages customer orders, inventory production schedules, and product quality technologies like computer aided design CAD and computer integrated manufacturing CIM have revolutionized this sector. Next is human resource department, very important department now. Human resource department supports, you see, applicant screening and testing. HRM department, you see, project management, software tools facilitate scheduling, communication and project monitoring. Then next is data analysis. Investment firms use information technology for stock, bond and option analysis enhanced by internet connectivity. Internet and its, you see, business applications, very important, you see. The development of network technology in the 1970s paved the way for modern connectivity. The internet initially connecting academic, corporate and government bodies has since revolutionized, you see, business operations. It enables fast, cost effective communication, data transfer, emails, document sharing and real time collaboration across different locations. The internet is also key for education, remote work and social interactions, you see. Now emails, you see, you can suppose, you see, you have any queries there. Now say for example computer not working, you see mailed the company, computer not, you see, working. On mobile also they will guide you if there is anything wrong to correct it, or they will send their engineer, you see, for, you see, correction. Similarly printer, suppose printer is not working and it is under warranty or it is under AMC, annual maintenance contract. So you send email, it will go in no time, it will go and they will respond in no time, they will respond, you see, they will send the engineer and engineer will, you see, rectify. There is lot of, you see, advantages of this emails in companies, in offices, in banks, you see. Customer, anything customer wants to know, he will send the email to the bank, they will give immediately, they will respond, reply. Now e-commerce has reshaped, you see, business by allowing consumers to shop, bank and access service online, you see. While companies use the internet for virtual meetings, training and customer service, it has also created direct connections between manufacturers and consumers, bypassing traditional retail. So e-commerce has reshaped business by allowing consumers to shop, you see, bank and access service online, while companies use the internet for virtual meetings, training and customer service. It has also, you see, created direct connections between manufacturers and consumers by passing, you see, traditional retail. You see, there are no, you see, middlemen. You want to, you see, buy from Reliance, you see, give them order and within, you see, 10-15 minutes, say grocery, big basket, so many companies are like that. They are now, within no time, you see, the goods will be delivered to you at your, you see, home. 1 mg medicines, you see, the medicines will come in no time, you see. You order them, you pay them online and, you see, you will receive. So it has affected the retail shops, of course, it has affected the retail shops, and prices are also same. On the contrary, if you are, you see, buying from big basket, you see, Amazon, you get discount, you see, you get discounts also. Now the COVID-19 pandemic underscored the internet's role in maintaining, you see, business continuity through online meetings, you see, remote work and virtual classes. You see, during COVID, you see, these schools, colleges, they were, you see, working online. Their students were, you see, taking the classes on mobile phone and or computers, and similarly, you see, online shopping, that was practically everybody was, you see, getting the goods at home, say milk, necessaries, you see, nobody used to go out, and you see, they used to do, you see, shopping online. So by COVID, you see, during COVID, you see, we have learnt, you see, lot like Paytm. You see, Paytm payments, you see, their business increased, you see, many times. This. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic underscored the internet's role in maintaining business continuity through online meetings, you see, remote work and virtual classes. This shift improved product development, customer service, and reduced operational costs. Internet-based, you see, workflows also enhanced productivity by reducing reliance on paper, you see, based processes. E-commerce include B2C, that is Amazon, B2B and C2C platforms, and G2C services further expand its applications. Computer aided decisions making. Decision making is critical for managing limited resources. Decision support systems, DSS, or computer aided decision systems, CADS, help solve complex problems by providing data analysis and scenario simulations. These systems support decision making by offering insights, evaluating alternatives, and assisting with strategic planning and resource allocation, ensuring data driven decisions. So, decision making is critical for managing limited resources. Decision support systems, DSS, or computer aided decision systems, CADS, we have studied these in earlier slides, help solve complex problems by providing data analysis and scenario simulations. This system support decision making by offering insights, evaluating alternatives, and assisting with strategic planning and resource allocation, ensuring data driven decisions. Now we come on Unit 2, computer system and smart devices. What do we mean by computer system? Computer system is hardware, software, and users. That's all. Computer system in a very simple language is, you see, hardware, software, and users. Users are manager, you see, senior manager. And smart devices are your mobile phone, smart TV. You see, these are all smart devices. Very simple. They are very simple meaning, you see, which I have told you. Now, computer hardware refers to the physical devices that enable a computer to perform input, processing, storage, and output operations. The various components within the computer system, including the input devices, memory central processing unit, CPU, and output devices, work together to process data. These components communicate with each other through the system bus. The design of modern computer is still based on the worn Newman architecture proposed in 1945, which outlines a structure where a central unit processes data and coordinates operations. So, computer hardware refers to the physical devices that enable a computer to perform input, processing, storage and output operations. The various components within the computer system, including the input devices, memory, central processing unit, we write central processing unit CPU, and output devices work together, all these work together for the processing of the data. These components communicate with each other through the system, you see, bus. The design of modern computers is still based on the von Neumann architecture. It was proposed in 1945, which outlines a structure where a central unit processes data and coordinate operations. Now, smart devices, you see, everybody nowadays knows, you see, smartphone. On your mobile phone, you can do the online payment, you can scan and you see instruct the bank to you see pay. Even this very small e-rickshaw, you see, they are also having, you see, scanner. They will not, they are happy if you see scan and give them, you see, pay, make the payment, because that money goes straight to their account, you see. They need not go to the bank and deposit. Similarly, when they want to spend the money, they will be using their smartphone and for making payments, you see. Such time has come in our country that, you see, most of the people are, you see, now having, you see, smartphones, and it is not now very costly also. In the beginning when it came, it was very costly, now it is not costly. So, smart devices are, you see, electronic gadgets that connect to networks such as the internet, you see, and communicate with other devices via wireless technologies like, you see, Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. These devices can operate autonomously or interactively, used across industries like healthcare, you see, smart manufacturing and more. Smart devices improve efficiency and optimize operations by processing and providing information. So, smart devices are electronic gadgets that connect to networks such as the internet and communicate with other devices via wireless technologies like Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. These devices can operate autonomously or interactively, used across industries like healthcare, smart manufacturing and more. Smart devices, you see, improve efficiency and optimize, you see, operations by processing and, you see, providing information. Components of a computer. What are the components of a computer? The first component is, you see, memory types. A computer's memory can be divided into two main types, you see, primary storage and secondary storage. Primary storage temporarily stores data and programs that are in use by the CPU during processing. Secondary storage stores data and programs for long-term use, such as on hard drives or optical discs. So, components of a data of a computer, the first component is, you see, memory types. A computer's memory can be divided into two main types, primary storage and secondary storage. Under primary storage, temporarily stores data and programs are in use by the central processing, you see, unit CPU during processing. Secondary storage stores data and programs for long term use, such as on hard drives or optical discs. Next is evolution of computer hardware. Computers have evolved through several stages, each marked by significant technological advancements. First generation computers 1946 to 56 used vacuum tubes for processing. Second generation computers 1957 to 1963 transistors replaced vacuum tubes. You must have seen old radios, during that time, in the radios tubes used to be there, tubes used to be there. Third generation 1964 to 79 introduced integrated circuits, ICs. Fourth generation, that is 1979 till today, uses very large scale integrated VLSI circuits, allowing for more compact and powerful systems. So in this particular slide they are saying, components of a computer, evolution of computer hardware. Computers have evolved through several stages, each marked by significant technological advancements, improvements. Each next stage came, it was improved, then next stage came, it was further improved, then further improved. So the first stage was, first generation 1946 to 56 for 10 years. At that time vacuum tubes were used for processing. Second generation 1957 to 63, this is just 6 years, transistors replaced vacuum tubes, transistors were used instead of vacuum tubes. Then third generation 64 to 79, for 15 years now introduced integrated circuits, ICs. Fourth generation 1969 till today uses very large scale integrated VLSI circuits, allowing for more compact and powerful systems. Operating system OS, very important. The operating system OS is crucial for the functioning of a computer. It acts as an intermediary between the user and the hardware, providing an interface for use, interaction and managing resources like processors, memory and device. The operating system ensures the orderly allocation of resources and allows multiple programs to run efficiently by managing their access to hardware. So operating system OS, the operating system OS is crucial for the functioning of a computer. It acts as an intermediary between the user and the hardware, providing an interface for user interaction and managing resources like processors, memory and devices. The operating system ensures the orderly allocation of resources and allows multiple programs to run efficiently by managing their access to hardware. Next is central processing unit, CPU, another very important role of the CPU. The CPU often referred to as the brain of the computer, is responsible for executing instructions and performing calculations. Say you have given, find out the simple rate interest, find out the compound rate interest, then CPU will do it. It retrieves data from memory, processes it and stores or displays the results using output devices. The CPU's function is central to all computing tasks. It controls the overall operation of the computer. So now role of CPU, the central processing unit, often referred to as the brain of the computer, like we are having brains, is responsible for executing instructions and performing calculations. It retrieves data from memory, processes it and stores or displays the results using output devices. The CPU's function is central to all computing tasks at as it controls the overall, you see, operation of the computer. Now next is key CPU components are, the CPU consists of three main parts: control unit CU, directs the flow of data and instructions between the CPU and other components. Then arithmetic and logic unit ALU performs mathematical calculations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc., and logical operations, comparing values, determining greater or smaller numbers, etc. Then registers small high speed storage areas in the CPU that temporarily hold data and instructions being processed. So central processing unit CPU components, key CPU components are, the CPU consists of three main parts: control unit CU, then arithmetic and logic unit AU, and third one is registers. You see. Now next is machine instructions. A program is a sequence of instructions that tell the CPU where do each instruction can involve multiple machine operations carried out by the CPU during a machine cycle. The speed at which the CPU can execute instructions is measured in millions of instructions per second, MIPS, millions of instructions per second, or BIPS, billions of instructions per second. So machine instructions, a program is a sequence of instructions that tell the CPU what to do. Each instruction can involve multiple machine operations carried out by the CPU during a machine cycle. The speed at which the CPU can execute instructions is measured in millions of instructions per second. In short, we write it as MIPS, and billions of instructions per second. In short, we write it as BIPS. CPU speed and performance. The performance of a CPU is influenced by its word length. The performance of a CPU is influenced by its, word length, the number of bits it can process in one cycle, and clock frequency measured in GHz, determining how many cycles the CPU can perform in a second. The wider the word length, the faster the processing. For example, modern 64-bit processors are faster than older 32-bit processors. CPU performance is also affected by the instruction set, with some CPUs executing simpler instructions, faster, like in RISC architecture, while others handle more complex instructions. Storage and storage devices, types of storage. There are two main categories of storage. Volatile storage. This type of storage requires continuous power to retain data. When power is turned off, the data is lost. Examples include RAM and cache memory, which provide quick access to data during processing. Next one is non-volatile storage. Data stored in non-volatile storage is preserved even when power, is switched off. Electricity goes, even then it is preserved. Hard drives and magnetic tapes are common examples used for long-term data storage. Main memory. The main memory, also known as primary storage, holds data and instructions that the CPU uses during processing. It is built using semiconductor technology and stores data in binary form represented by bits, you see binary digits. A byte consists of 8, you see, bits and can represent 256 different characters. Main memory is essential for the efficient operation of the CPU as it provides the necessary data for ongoing tasks. Now, types of main memory: RAM, random access memory. Random access memory is the primary type of memory used in computers for short term storage. It is volatile, meaning its contents are lost when the power is turned off. RAM is divided into different types. You see DRAM, dynamic DRAM, dynamic RAM, common and cost effective but requires regularly refreshing, you see, of data. Next is SRAM, static RAM, faster and more reliable than DRAM but also more, you see, expensive. Next is, you see, SDRAM, synchronous, you see, RAM used in modern computers. It is synchronized, it synchronizes with the CPU's clock speed for improved performance. The most common version include DDR, double data RAM, double data rate RAM, with DDR5 offering higher speeds and capacity. Read only memory, ROM. ROM is non-volatile memory that retains its contents even when the power is off. It is primarily used to store critical programs such as the computer's boot program, which loads the operating system during startup. ROM comes in various forms including PROM, programming ROM, can be written only once, typically used to store specialized data. EPROM, erasable program ROM, can be erased and programmed multiple times. Secondary memory. Secondary memory is used for permanent data storage and offers a much larger capacity compared to main memory. Unlike main memory, which is volatile, secondary memory is non-volatile and is slower in accessing data. Sequential access. Data must be accessed in the order it is stored. Examples include magnetic tapes, where you must read through previous data to reach the desired part. Direct access. Data can be accessed directly without having to go through other data. This is seen in magnetic disks. Magnetic tape is used for sequential storage, typically for backups or archival, you see, data. It consists of a mylar film coated with iron oxide, where data is, you see, magnetized. Magnetic disks are used for direct access storage and are made of a magnetic material. Disk can be single sided or double sided, and data is stored in concentric, you see, circles called tracks. A collection of tracks across multiple disk surfaces is called a cylinder. You see, RAID, redundant array of independent disks, a system of multiple disks used for data redundancy and increased speed. It's commonly used in file server and systems requiring high data access, you see, rates. Cache memory. Cache is a high speed memory located near the CPU. It stores frequently used data and instructions significantly improving, you see, processing speed. Cache levels, L1 cache, L2 cache, L3, you see, cache, L1 cache the fastest and smallest located directly on the CPU. L2 cache larger and slower than L1 but still provides high speed SS, sometimes located off chip. L3 cache even larger and slower than L2, often used to support L1 and L2 caches for better performance. Input output devices, input and output devices allow communication between the computer and the external environment. Input devices, voice recognition, barcode reader, QR code reader, digital camera, smart cards. Output devices, monitors, printers, impact printers, non-impact printers, speakers, headphones. Output devices, you see, projectors, plotters, television, then braille reader, GPS devices, video card. Now a network is a group of connected devices such as computers, printers and other peripherals, allowing users to share data and resources. These devices, called, you see, nodes, can range from a few to millions of devices. Then network technologies define the logical arrangement of devices in a network. The 5 main types are bus, ring, then router, hub, switch, network interface card, then plug and play devices. Plug and play allows devices to be easily connected to a computer without complex setup. Then communication involves, you see, sending signals through a medium from a sender to a receiver. Now common communication media include, you see, twisted pair, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, microwave and satellite transmission. Then transmission modes are synchronous and asynchronous. Then transmission direction is, you see, simplex, half duplex, full duplex. Then main type of computers are, you see, mainframes, mini computers, workstations, then microcomputers, network computers. So students, we are closing our session. Thank you very much, students.